Hey, this is Jess.
What's up? This is Kels.
And this is The Lover's Guidance, where spirituality is the reality of your spirit.
So today, man, we just out and about right now. We're going to jump into how to use your wand. You know what I'm saying? Once you get one, how to use it. So,
yeah, if you haven't seen it already, you know, we just posted our first collection called Magneta.
Magneta.
You know, so check out those wands. You know, if you want to get one, they're $22. You know, hit us up. You know, and we can customize one for you. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what are these for? And why do we use these?
Why do we use these? So I talked a little bit about this on my recent video, and so you know that's why we call these wands. I'm gonna turn it a little bit so they won't get hot. I call these, you know, we call these Magneta because essentially, you know, you working with magnetism. Now, everybody, all of y'all know about law of attraction and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And you know, everybody should know what law of attraction is right now. But the real understanding of law of attraction is, okay, so when you want something, you know what I'm saying, that image is true. It's there. It's there. It's a state of being that you resonate with. You can get it. But you have to understand how to get to point A from point A to point B, pretty much. And that's where you have something that can help train your focus, because essentially we don't just live in our own world. If that was the case, we'd just get it right then and there. But since we don't live in our own world, and we live in a world where we receive resistance, and for something to be in this world in general, it has to have a certain resistance towards something to even stand still. That's why, you know, if you want to build a house or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you got to be strong to be able to withstand. So nothing comes in this world without being able to sustain resistance. And I'm talking too, so let me know. I'm going because I'm just in the zone. But so yeah, so in this world, you know, you got to be able to sustain resistance. And so how do you build that resistance esoterically? You know what I'm saying? And you do that by building emotion, adding thoughts to it, feelings. It's basically like painting a canvas, okay? So what you want to do when you got your wand, you know what I'm saying, the first thing you want to do is just have a canvas, which is a state of being. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It's just like when you see something and you have a goal towards it, you kind of know what the final outcome is going to be. Now the thing is, you don't want to get lost in how you think it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You want to be open to all possibilities of how that can play out, because that's the state of being that's going to get you that faster. You know what I'm saying? It can play out in any way, shape, or form. The more you hold on to something is you get lost into the light of it, of how it actually you want it to look, and that turns into desire, and that turns into desiring energy, and pretty much you're just going to manifest wanting more of wanting.
Yeah, so the way I like to look at wands is I like to look at it in an alchemical sense, you know. So yeah, I like to look at it in an alchemical sense. So, you know, crystals hold certain energies, and you know, you pretty much can program anything that you want, you know, to do what you want it to do. So wands, the use of wands is one way to do that, you know. So, you know, our wands are definitely made with pure intentions, you know what I'm saying, and program, and it's a good way for you to program, like you said, to hold that focus on building more of what you want. So, you know, the mind is all, you know. So, you know, so if you aren't clear, on what you want or the intentions behind what you want and why you want it, then that do not go out using wands, because it's going to attract. You know what I'm saying? You doing this already, like with your mental.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The wand is used to focus that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like my wand, I can program this to do whatever I want it to do. I've programmed this tool to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To do, for example, like Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? They get their wands out, to perform spells, on and to fight off the dark forces or whatever. But it's through the wand. You know what I'm saying? It's channeled. So when you think of channeling and focusing, that's conjuring an energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's focus. So it's more powerful, rather than, so it gives it more power and it gives it more energy. You know what I'm saying? So and then when it comes through, it's been honed in, and then we use copper, because that helps the conductivity and
flow.
And the flow. So you hold in the energy in your hand, and then you point to, well, we're gonna do another video of how we actually go out into the world and use the wands. But yeah, going back to the Harry Potter reference, when Harry and everybody else and his friends and stuff use their wands, they have to say that spell with it, Alohomora or Ridiculous, or Patronus, you know what I'm saying? And then the spell, does what it do. You know what I'm saying? So a wand, is like Kel was saying, it focuses the energy where, like he was saying, like in our everyday lives, when we walk outside, boom, you hit with influence. You hit with heavy influence. So the wand is kind of like soon as Harry, when Harry is in a situation where he like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, first thing he do is take out his wand. It's like a focus. It's like, okay, I see what's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And it's about to zap. He focused. He got this wand. It's alchemy. You know what I'm saying? It's literally from the mind to the hand through the wand, and boom. But you got to think, all that focused energy, it gets stronger.
Yeah.
So
what you need to know is that, spells are just letters and words, and that's why what you do with words, you spell. Yeah. And so where does the words come from? These words are sigils and signs made to kind of seal an energy signature or energy vibration that you see in your mind. So even the word that got the letter A, what the ancients was doing with this, they were trying to capture a certain energy and put it on a piece of paper to represent that energy. You get what I'm saying? So right. A and the vibration behind the word A is representative of a certain energy signature. So that's why that's why words are limited. That's why we can't explain everything, because we are limited into what we've been taught to learn this. But if we had different words and shit like that, it'll be different. Now, like Jess was saying, when Harry Potter go out, you know what I'm saying, he's saying that spell whatever, he's pointing, it's a representation of an energy signature he's seeing in his mind and bringing down, and it has an effect. So when you go out into the world with your wine, and you know what I'm saying, say you meditated before you want to have your wine, and you want to be let's say a CEO, right? You want to be a CEO of a company, whatever. When you meditate on that, and you give it about like 15 minutes, you hone in on that, you feel all the feelings, how it feels to be in that space. You go out into the world and you start once you start looking at certain things, it should speak back to you a certain image. Right. And so what you do is you point at that thing, and your wand, and that your wand, the orb between you and your wand speaks to each other, and now you go as a spirit, you travel into that energy signature, because you kind of jump into this portal between and then it'll start, so the wand will start working by itself, and it'll start bringing more of those things to you, and you just point to them, keep pointing to them to confirm. You want to confirm to the universe that, you know, these are the things that you are interested in as becoming a CEO. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just like Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Like how y'all got Instagram. So Instagram is a perfect representation of what we already do spiritually, that we trying to do in a 13 form. You know, that's
essentially when you double tap, it's kind of like a wand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're double tapping things that speak to you, you know, things that you like. So then you start to see on your homepage, they start giving you more of what you're double tapping, you know, what you're tapping, what you're following, what you're liking, you know, what you're commenting on. It's the same thing with the wand, you know, it focuses that, because sometimes on Instagram, we don't realize that we're being influenced by other people's thoughts, what other people value, what other people like. You know what I'm saying? So
that's outweighing us.
So with the wand, it's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you program it, like Kel brought up a good point, you know, if you meditate before you go out and use, you know, with your wand, you know what I'm saying, you're in a more clearer space. Right? Yeah, so when you go out, it's the same thing, and you know, it's like double tapping, essentially, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then your actual world around you starts transforming
and reflecting, you know, that, just like an algorithm.
That.
You know what I'm saying? It will start working like its own algorithm. Yeah. You'll be like, damn, I'm starting to see this car a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
And then before you know it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe not tomorrow or next year, but maybe, you never know, like 3 years from now or something. You never know. But like we said, like, don't grow attached to it, to the result. You know, just, you gotta have faith. Is another big word that's been strong, you know, right now. You know, you gotta have faith. But I was also gonna say, about alchemy. You know, we have the power to transform things, you know what I'm saying, with our minds, and that's really where everything starts. You know, it's like the what is this, the speaking to the water, you know, thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can set intentions for things, you know. I know I used to, not even used to, I still do, like when I cook or whatever, because I enjoy cooking. I would set intentions in my food, you know, healing intentions, love, and you know what I'm saying. And just from like past experience, like it's been times where I've done that and I felt healed, you know, or if something was bothering me, or you know, or something like that, I would eat my cooking and feel better, you know, essentially feel healed, you know. So like we said, like the wand is really powerful, you know. So if you're a person who wear crystals, you know what I'm saying, or who like to bring crystals with you, you know, the wand definitely, just with the way we dress our our wands and stuff, could definitely just, you know, make it stronger, in a sense. And then people is gonna look at you like, what do this person have? That's energy, you know. So like that attention, you know, that's also energy, because this isn't, you don't see people walking around with wands like that. It's not like we live in Hogwarts where wands are normalized, you know. So just with people it's adding
value to your imagination, no matter if people give it any type
no matter
of energy,
what type of energy, you can transmute that.
Because once you programmed it and they look at it for what you wanted they add energy to what you wanted to give it to, no matter what, and that energy starts to manifest, and you'll start to see that in your surroundings. Now the thing is, when it start happening, that's when you start pointing at it. You like, damn, this is like, this is symbolic of like the state of being that I feel, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then once you point at that, you just doing a confirmation signal to the universe and adding more energy into that. You're giving the the universe something to play with, something to bounce off of, you know what I'm saying? So you know, like she said, crystals, you know, whereas crystals, you know, you can have crystals and gems, and they can represent a certain energy.
And we've been talking about that in other videos, you know, as a reminder.
Yeah, and we'll probably do a crystals video too eventually. But you know, these can represent a certain energy or whatever, but it's going to just attract the energy. Whereas with this, it's like you have a more focused play with it. You have a more
just the way, like, a lot of stuff is feeling. Just the way this feels in my hand, you know what I'm saying, is here. You know, you know, like I said, it's just about utilizing different ways to hone in on your energy and focus in on more. You know what I'm saying, on the stuff that we can't see. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like we said, like, it's easy to get lost in the 3D, and then you see something you like and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and you're thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? But then you go back home, you sit with yourself, and you still left feeling unfulfilled, you know? So it's like, are you, you know, personally, I'm speaking from personal experience, man, am I really in alignment with what my spirit want to do, you know, or am I just doing this because it looks like the right thing to do, and I kind of resonated. So just with the wands, it helps me be more in tune with my spirit. And this for people that is really into spiritual work, because if you got a 9 to 5 or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, you in the world that's already pretty much made for you, will probably have no use for this, because you already depended on, you know, certain systems and certain routines and rituals that other people already place for you. So you will just only ever ascend to the heights that they want you to ascend to. And if you're fine with that, that's fine. But if you're trying to do something completely new, and whereas you're in a spirit realm and you're a spirit, and you don't really see the world that everybody lost in working out for you, you know, you want to be able to have a broader awareness and a broader imagination, and you need to gain energy. This is real work, you know what I'm saying? You really need to get down to work and really do something to get out in the world. Like, this ain't no imagination fantasy shit. This is real work, you know what I'm saying? This is how this world was built, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else's idea and imagination coming to life. So, you know what I'm saying, you definitely, if you're a real spirit, you definitely want to get you a wand, for real. You definitely want to get you your crystals and gems, your magic, you know, whatever you got on you, you know what I'm saying, to help further that new space that you trying to crystallize and bring down, that you know that's going to help yourself and millions of people too, you know what I'm saying? Period. So yeah, man, so right now we about to head into the mall, and we gonna do a part 2 to this video, where we actually are in the mall. Y'all gonna see us doing a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying, soaking up some energies, you know, pointing to some certain things we like, you know what I'm saying. And I'm Kels. And I'm Jess. And this is the Lover's Guidance.